I guess. Hopefully it's live. Yep, says it's live. Anybody, I guess if you're watching, thank you for joining episode 2. I guess since we are on Spotify, we should probably introduce ourselves. My name is Scully. Tyrell, you can go ahead since I already introduced you.
Tyrell, I'm from tyscardsandcollectibles on Instagram.
Hey, I'm Dallas. Ozark Comics on Instagram.
Thank you, gentlemen. I guess for kind of being here on a last second notice. I know I'm kind of flying off the whim of my seat here with the child arriving any day now, so my schedule's all kind of jacked up. But any hour, basically. I'm waiting for her to run out here. Hey, we're going to the hospital. But on the bright side, if that does happen, it'll be within YouTube for all of eternity, as long as YouTube's around. But I guess the main reason that we are all here tonight is to talk about Disney Plus's next show, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was originally titled Kenobi, wasn't it? Wasn't it? The movie was going to be.
Is it titled Kenobi? Obi-Wan Kenobi now?
Yeah, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
But
I thought it was still just Kenobi.
The fucking deal on Disney Plus said Obi-Wan Kenobi with all the concept art and shit.
Yeah, that's what it says now too when you look. Yep.
But yeah, I guess as far as Obi-Wan Kenobi goes, what we do know for sure is that it does take place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. And then Kathleen Kennedy, obviously confirming Hayden Christensen will be back to reprise his new role of Darth Vader. Calling it the rematch of the century, hinting at hopefully a pretty epic battle.
So on that note, I just want to add to what you just said. So I was reading earlier today that it took one of those fights. They spent 2 weeks filming just one of those single fights that they have.
Damn.
Well, and considering the short amount of time
they spent 2 weeks on that.
Like, because they didn't film the show for very long. It was like 3 months, May to September is the whole time that they were filming. Yep. May 2021, September 2021. And, but I mean, it's only 6 hour-long episodes, I would assume. Maybe 45 minutes with 10-minute credits.
Like Disney likes to do.
Yeah. But yeah, Hayden Christensen coming back, reprise new role as Vader. And I guess a lot of the hype is around that with, you're getting the first dialogue between Kenobi meeting Vader. I think that's one thing that I'm really looking forward to. I know in A New Hope,
do you think that he's going to know that's Anakin right away?
I would assume so. Tyrell and I were kind of chatting before the stream had started, and in A New Hope, when Vader said, when he's talking about a presence that he hasn't felt, and he says, a presence I haven't felt since, and then he kind of turns around and walks away, hinting at a previous battle, to where I always thought he was talking about Mustafar, but I guess there's been a lot of confusion about that specific line in that movie from back in 77. And
I can't remember the name of the battle he was talking about between them, but I don't think he was talking about Mustafar.
Okay.
I think I just watched this last week, and I just watched the originals, and he names off something. I do not think it was Mustafar.
But now, us knowing that there is a battle between Kenobi and Vader in this series, could that line have been attached to this now, all these years later?
Maybe it's just one of the many battles that they had over the years.
Well, I mean, Kenobi and Vader haven't had any, Kenobi hasn't fought Vader, in A New Hope. He hasn't, that we know of, in the movies. Because in A New Hope, The only battle that we know
I think
of
there's
is referring to Mustafar, right?
yeah, I think there's 2 rumored battles in the upcoming TV series, like 2 different battles you'll see.
Both with Vader, do you think? Or is it just going to be one with Vader and then you're going to have, because in the concept art, now I know I'm kind of veering off here, but I know that we're going to be having Inquisitors.
Yeah. I've got a theory of mine that I kind of like. I think that you'll see one fight where Obi-Wan will kind of best Vader, and like, I don't know, they'll be separated in some way, shape, or form. Whether the ground starts falling apart between them and they get separated, like the which Star Wars movie was that? Of the new ones, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Where Rey and
yeah, that was the first one, The Force Awakens, wasn't it?
the first one, yeah, where they're like
Yeah.
out in the snow in the
The
forest.
woods,
They're
yeah.
out
Oh,
just-
yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I think the first battle is going to go. Yeah, I think the second battle will be Obi-Wan realizing that he still needs to survive, and he'll either make it look like he died or something, he'll be able to escape somehow, and Vader won't know if he's still alive or dead. And I think that's when that'll be the last time they see each other until the movie. But I don't know.
That's not a bad idea. I can see that definitely happening.
Yeah, like ending the season on that if they're only going to
Yeah.
do one season.
Do you think they're only going to do one season, or
Have they said it? Yeah, that's what I don't know. That's what I don't know if either of you heard.
I think so. I think it would only be one season because originally it was supposed to be a movie, like a one-off movie. And I think they might have split it up enough to, like, you know how Solo was? Like, I mean, I don't think they ever had intentions of making a Solo 2. Not that I have heard. I mean, they could if they really wanted to, because there's a lot about Solo that we don't know. But, like, it was just, here's, you know, a movie about Solo. Here's a movie about Kenobi, about this timeline. And they might have just split this one up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they can. There's plenty of, you know, of like a time period that they could go through. I mean, this one's just talking about, you know, him watching over Luke, you know, around the age of 10. I mean, you could talk about, you know, from 10 to 15, so on and so forth. Because, you know, Luke always refers to him as, you know, old man Ben. To where he doesn't, you know who actually Kenobi is.
yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that this first season is going to be basically him not even really messing with Luke that much, other than mostly be Leia that he's trying to help save or protect.
That was one of the theories that I had heard, was that's how Vader catches wind of. I'm gonna assume he catches wind of a Force user, because Obi-Wan. Now, okay, before we go any farther into any of this, I just want to say, like, some of this could potentially be spoiler warning, because I mean, some of the shit I had read is what's taken off Reddit, and some of it was called plot leak, whatever. So if you want Kenobi to be screen fresh for you when it comes out, probably stop watching, because I don't want you to come back and yell at me all these, you know, a couple months later, hey, you fucking ruined Kenobi for me. You know, I'm not going to say like this is what's going to happen, but just for the sake of covering our
nothing's
asses,
confirmed.
Yeah.
I just for the sake of covering our asses, I just want to say potential spoiler warnings. So, anyways, I think how Vader is going to catch wind of a Force user, because obviously if there's Inquisitors running around looking for either Jedi children, Jedi users, basically Jedi hunting, Kenobi is going to get summoned for a mission of some sort, to where he's going to have to go off Tatooine and rescue what I read was Princess Leia. Obviously not Princess Leia, but like, is she referred to as Princess Leia at the age of 10? Doubt it. But he's going to have to go rescue Leia. And when he does that, he's going to have to either best an Inquisitor or something. and Vader's going to hear about it, and that's what's going to draw Vader out of either Vader's castle or Vader's lair or something. And I think that is how the first initiated, like how Kenobi and Vader are going to first meet, is something like that, along those lines.
Yeah, there's another side theory to that no one even knows about Leia, really. It's actually, they're trying to go after Bail Organa because they know that in the past he's helped Jedi. So that's really who they're going for here from some of the other theories I read.
Okay,
so who knows?
So maybe that's who he's
Same,
have to go
same
save.
situation, essentially.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So other things that we do know for sure. I guess we already pretty much covered all the things that we do know for sure. Inquisitors, concept art. But in one of the concept art, it showed an underwater, I guess, base with stormtroopers running around. Do you have any theories on where or what that could be? I know Tyrell kind of has one. I honestly couldn't come up with shit, but I like
an underwater
Tyrell's
base. So, well, Bad Batch ties back to what's the planet where all the clones are from? Why can't I think of the name of it?
Oh, Geon. No, not Geon.
No, not Geonosis. That's where they go to fight.
Yeah.
I don't know, with the alien species with the long necks. I mean, isn't there like a base there in Bad Batch?
It's
Doesn't it
abandoned,
start with C?
isn't it? It's abandoned in there, in that one.
Okay, that's the only thing I could think of when you think of water. Or I mean, I guess Camino. Yeah.
Camino.
The only other underwater thing we've ever seen is on Naboo, right?
Yeah, with the Gungans.
Yeah.
So I don't really know any other underwater places that would tie into that universe.
So my theory on that is, I was talking to Scully a little bit about it before we started, and I don't know if you played the Fallen Order, the Star Wars game, but there's
a couple hours of it,
and then towards the end of it, there's an Inquisitor base, or an Inquisitor fortress is what it's called, and it's partially underwater, where they have hallways and stuff like that, corridors running underwater that have tall windows, like in the conception art. Or the concept art.
That would make sense.
And,
That's kind of what I thought too. Like that one actually has a lot of ground to it.
Yeah. And it's on Moon Nur. I don't know if I'm saying that, but Moon Nur, and it's really cool in the game. So I could see them maybe going that direction with it, and that's where all the Inquisitors are based out of.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see like little trinkets from some of the games and other stuff, because we saw in Boba, we saw the little robot that walks on two legs. What's his name?
Oh,
BD-8? No,
BD-1. I think.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe they're just slowly teasing you up to like, hey, we're going to do everything. We're going to do games, comics. We're going to tie it all together.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, whether it's canon or not, like shit that they scrapped, they're all kind of slowly
getting it back.
We're going to bring it in, but we're going to do it on our terms.
Yeah,
right.
Because we want the credit for
it. Another rumor that a lot of people like, not a rumor, I guess it's already confirmed. The guy, I don't even know how to say his name. He was in Eternals. He was also...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes. I cannot say his name. I don't even want to try. Kamel? I don't know. He's supposed to play a pretty big role in the show. What else is he from? No, people would recognize. Should have been more prepared on that one.
I honestly don't know. First time I was introduced to him was Eternals.
Silicon Valley, that's also what he was in. He was in that movie or that show, if anyone remembers that.
Heard of it, never watched it. So
yeah, he's more of a funny actor. So maybe he'll bring like a little bit of humor to Kenobi. That'll be interesting to see where they go, or if it's just going to be a dark and more adult show.
Right. I'm gonna figure out how to get like slides to pop up during the show here one of these days.
That'd be nice. So when I'm just rambling, you can be like, "Oh, hey, here's
this
what he's
guy."
talking about." Yeah. You know, what is one thing that you guys would like to see out of the show? One scene or one character, anything that would just like you would be content with the show if you saw this out of it. It would make you happy enough to just everything else could just suck.
Clone Wars flashbacks with Hayden Christensen and Kenobi,
Okay.
like clone Commander Kenobi and like that his whole get up and just
Yeah.
even if it's just very brief, I don't need much.
An actual legit, not just Lucas saying that's who this is, but an actual legit live action Captain Rex.
Okay.
As like in a flashback or something. Maybe it has
Yeah.
Ahsoka tied into it somehow, but that'd be really cool. Captain Rex
Even
is
show-
a badass.
Take his helmet off even, and like they
Yeah.
could use some of the CGI that they used with Luke and
Yeah.
and make
That's
it look
another
awesome.
thing. Who plays Boba again? Morrison?
Yep.
Tamir Morrison. I think.
Tamir Morrison. Is he gonna, if they do that, is he gonna play Captain Rex? Like somehow make him younger through CGI? Or are they gonna
He'd have
use
to have
him?
a beard.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. If they, I mean, if it would make sense to use.
I mean,
him,
he said he's down to play roles like that through the Star Wars world.
that'd be
I
dope.
I love both those. I have two that I would love to see. I would love to see Vader and Kenobi fighting in space, like a TIE fighter versus maybe Obi-Wan still has his old Jedi fighter, somehow still left if he's got that. I don't know. But that would be cool to see some kind of like both of them fighting in space. The other one I'd love to see is Liam Neeson return as like a Force ghost.
I had that on my list as well.
That would just I know everyone would love that. Everyone would be
Yeah.
like, okay, here we go.
They're doing a really good job of keeping that under their hat. If that
Oh
happened.
yeah,
that'd
sure.
be sweet.
And this is, they say that, and when I say they, the internet says that, the Kenobi in this show, this is like peak Kenobi, like
He's in his
Kenobi
prime.
at his
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
So I would assume that for Kenobi to be at his best, he would have to be in constant communication with, Force Ghost, Qui-Gon and,
Mhm.
Force Ghost Yoda, to where
Well, Yoda's
he's always getting better and better.
Yoda's still technically alive at this point, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes. Actually,
So-
yes.
Yes.
They could. It wouldn't be a Force ghost, but they could communicate through the Force somehow. I'm assuming.
So if he's training with Qui-Gon to get to this like elite level that he is at, I do see, a Force Ghost, Liam Neeson
Mhm.
in this that has plenty of ground to stand on.
Show up like the holographic Tupac. We'll all go crazy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What about Darth Maul? You got Kenobi. Maul's out there sniffing around. And Ray Park
I
last
like
year on, I think it was like May. I want to say it was May or February or something. No, yeah, it was February of last year. He had posted a photo of the Darth Maul getup, like the makeup part, like with the helmets on, and it said "Meet me in Dothmere." That was just the Instagram caption. Now,
Hmm.
if you ever creep Ray Park's Instagram, he's always doing callbacks to like Darth Maul and Snake Eyes. But sometimes, you take a lot of it with a grain of salt. But like I had said in the last episode, usually if he's doing makeup or something, there's usually, like a reason kind of why he's like getting all done up. And I would like to believe that maybe we get a quick little Maul, but I don't know. I feel like if they do that, they're packing a whole lot into 6 episodes.
Yeah. But I mean, Kenobi and Maul, they pretty much go hand in hand, right? They're always like, Maul has pure hatred towards Kenobi.
That's it. That's all he's driven by.
Yeah.
Is fucking hatred for Palpatine and
Yeah.
hatred for fucking Kenobi.
Now, like with, Rebels and stuff, I think he has been looking for Kenobi for a long time. And I think that's at the end of Clone Wars, that's what he goes off to do, is try and find Kenobi and stuff like that. And he wasn't successful until Kenobi was an old man.
Right.
Yeah,
But
I read some stuff where people don't think that Maul's going to be in there because they already closed that chapter in Rebels.
Yeah.
But maybe you could see him pop up on another planet, you know what I mean, chasing Kenobi while Kenobi's doing something else, you know what I mean? Like Kenobi's not necessarily looking for Maul, but Maul just runs into him. I could see something like that.
right.
Maybe it's just like a force connection, like a dream almost, where Maul shows up in one of Kenobi's nightmares or something like that.
Yes, yeah, that's. I was thinking of the nightmares and stuff. You'll see stuff or flashbacks, and he'll wake up sweating, in a cave somewhere.
Right.
You'll see some scenes like that.
Yo.
Hey, buddy.
What up?
Hope you're feeling better.
Love you.
So another one to add to the characters. Do you think Ahsoka's going to be in this at all?
I want her to, but I doubt it.
She's already got her own show, right?
Right. Use CGI to make her look younger, and what do you do there?
Yeah.
All you got to do is just shorten the deals up a little bit.
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. How about Mace Windu? Think that's a closed chapter? We're never going to really find out what happens to that guy.
If they ever wanted to bring him back, during Kenobi would be a good one.
That would be interesting. Him show up and Vader destroys him or something. Yeah. That'd be wild.
Boba Fett blows him up.
He comes flying out of left field.
Do you guys think that the show will be all about Kenobi, or do you think it will show a point of view from Vader? That was one thing I was thinking about, make it almost feel like a whole nother story, or is it only going to be about Kenobi?
I would like to think that since they have the opportunity to have, Hayden Christensen there to play, a younger Vader, I would like to think that they would seize that opportunity and hey, let's, work with something while, we have him here.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess with the show just being titled Obi-Wan Kenobi, one has to assume that it's just going to be the daily life stories of Obi-Wan Kenobi for 6 episodes, and his fantastic journeys that he's going to go on.
Look at Book of Boba Fett. We thought, it's going to be about Boba.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, so whatever you think you have an idea of, we're going to be surprised in some way for sure. We know that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think for sure, well, not for sure. I would like to get, like Remy just said in the chat, 50-50.
I would love that. I'd love to see it from his point of view.
Yeah.
Both of them waking up having nightmares, 2 different versions,
So do you think there's going to be lots of regret on Kenobi's part that he didn't do all he could have to save Anakin from turning?
I think he's going to be depressed. I think he's going to be that depressed meme guy who's working out in the gym after a breakup, just going hard. He's going to be a bad point mentally, and just, I don't know. But who knows?
It'll be interesting because when they say you're going to get peak Kenobi in this show, did he cut himself off from the Force, or is obviously he's still probably a little bit in touch with it, but because
he had training from Qui-Gon, he couldn't have really cut himself off, could he?
But assuming that he is training with Qui-Gon, but he's still got to hide himself from Inquisitors, and he doesn't want Vader to know that he's still alive. Nobody knows that he's alive, to where he likes to keep it that way. And I'm really curious to see, I shouldn't even say curious. I'm excited to see where they're going to go with him. I could understand why so many fans have called for this TV show specifically, or a movie, or some more.
I mean, he was any type of dialogue. He was a star of the prequels.
Oh yeah.
I thought Jar Jar was.
Yeah,
we're gonna see Darth Jar Jar in this one.
Oh my god.
Force Liam would be dope.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
I think he was open to it too, That'd be kind of cool to see him revisit his character and
Give
in
some
that
wise
sense.
wisdom, some wisdom to Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So we only have one director for this, right? Deborah Chow. Like there's no split, like kind of with Boba, it was, one person, then another person, then another person. Like it would kind of go back and forth. I think Deborah Chow's writer, director, and then there's the other guy from Army of the Dead, Joby Harold.
Yes, he also did Edge of Tomorrow and John Wick 3.
No shit. I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
I came prepared too.
Deborah Chow's with Deborah Chow's episodes of Mando that she did do. Chapter 3, The Sin, where Mando saves Grogu from the client, and then Chapter 7, The Reckoning, where Grogu is captured by the Imperial remnants. With those 2 episodes under her belt, like, do you have enough faith to go forward and say, obviously somebody at Disney did. They said, here, you can have this Kenobi show that Star Wars fans absolutely hate when we play with their old characters, but we're going to take everybody's favorite one. We're going to give them a show.
I think
so
there's going to be enough.
Are you guys comfortable in, like, is there any hesitation, I guess?
I think there's going to be enough outside influence from other people that are currently molding the vision of Star Wars to where it needs to be. So I'm comfortable. I think with everyone else involved, if they screened it and it sucked, they're not going to let it happen right now. I think everything is going in the direction that it needs to. I think there's a lot of hate for Boba, but I think it's put a lot of good stepping stones into other TV shows. So I like where everything's going. So I'm comfortable.
Right.
I would be as well. I think, the 2 episodes that she did direct in Mando were pretty good. So
right. Agreed. I agree with you guys.
And probably some of the best of the series, but I think she'll do a great job.
You're going to have some actors that are going to carry this show too. You got some stars in this show.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and just Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor alone,
right,
they're going to carry that show.
Agreed.
Remy's all about letting her handle it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Fucking pervert, Remy. What else? What else does everyone want to see? What don't you want to see? Jar Jar?
I was going to say, Star Wars fans everywhere will probably say Jar Jar, but
I don't know. I can't think of anything I really could sticks out that would be like, God, I don't want to see. Well, I don't want to see like Power Ranger speeder bikes again, like Boba Fett. I don't want to see anything cheesy or corny like that. I hope it's a dark, moody show, and it's just more like almost like a depressing vibe, not like Power Ranger speeder bikes. So the only thing I can say.
I don't really have anything that I'm totally like. I don't really want to see that, I guess. Can't really think of anything.
How many Inquisitors do you think we'll have?
I was thinking about that.
One?
What's their role going to be?
Okay, well, the reason I asked that is because of that Maya Erskine. She's in 3 episodes. 3 of the 6 episodes of Kenobi without, I guess, if you check Wikipedia, it says that she's one of the sister Inquisitors, but I don't know if that's true or not, because obviously anybody can edit Wikipedia. But
I think we'll probably see the same one. I don't know if he'll ever get the upper hand under where he eliminates them, I should say. I don't know if it's going to be a sister or a brother. But
what was that girl's name that you said, Scully?
Maya Erskine.
So when I look on IMDb, it shows her for 6 episodes on Kenobi. So
6.
Yes.
Maybe she is Kenobi.
the other guy, the other guy. Everyone's seen Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, right? It's the best one.
Oh yeah.
The guy that plays Han, right? He
Yeah.
is.
Oh, he's in it.
He's in Kenobi too. So what role is he going to have? It says 6 episodes for him too. So that's he's always a nice chill character.
Maybe they didn't get Bail Organa's actor back. Could he be a Bail Organa?
No, he's in the show confirmed 100%.
Is he okay?
That guy is. So we won't have to worry about that. I saw that he's confirmed.
Look at it.
Fuck, I have no idea. I didn't even know that he was in it.
Yes.
I'm pulling up IMDb right now.
Yet.
Drifting a Naboo speeder.
He is in 6. Yeah, dang.
He's
a Jedi.
Confirmed. You heard it from the internet itself, folks.
They don't put things on the internet that are not true.
No. And Remy is the internet. He tells the internet what to put out, and then it goes from there. All things go through him.
So the guy
obviously in hiding,
who is playing Uncle Owen, is he the same guy from the prequels as well? Did they get him back? That's what I thought.
And Aunt Beru. Both of them are the same from the prequels.
Oh, they're saying that he could play an Inquisitor because he's already confirmed that he has a lightsaber, but he wouldn't reveal any other information.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You got brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Told you. Internet goes through Remy.
I think this show has a lot of potential. What's the actual date on release? Is it
May 25th?
25th.
45 years, I think they said, since New Hope. That's the day that New Hope was released.
Good God.
Do you...
Yeah, I was one of those people that was kind of butthurt. Like, why wouldn't you release it on May the 4th? And then everybody's like, well, it's on the anniversary of A New Hope.
New Hope, yeah.
Shut up.
When do you think we'll get a full trailer here soon? Next couple weeks, month?
I would say by beginning of April, we should have a full trailer, I'd assume.
April 1st.
How big of a trailer do you put out for 6 episodes, though? I don't...
Maybe just a teaser, not much.
Yeah.
I'd
no more than a minute long.
Dope.
Oh, man.
You heard it here.
Glad he didn't make it on tonight. I want to be hearing that.
Are you still high? Blink twice if you're still high, Remy.
Remy. Poor guy. Kidney stones is not fun.
Yikes.
I don't know. A minute trailer would be dope, but I don't know if Disney's gonna bless us with that. Because did we get a big one for Boba Fett?
You got that teaser at the end of Mando season 2.
That was really it.
Well, I kind of covered everything I wanted to talk about.
I thought we would have got one during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Oh, maybe they're waiting until after the Batman hype dies down.
Ooh, yeah, Batman. Don't even want to get started on that. Looks good. I think maybe tomorrow I might pick this book up and read it, the Kenobi book, and just see if maybe I can get any different ideas of where the show might go. I don't know how much this covers or what it covers.
Yeah.
That's from that literature that Kathleen Kennedy says that, the writers and all them don't have any of. They don't have any comics or any books to go off of. She's going to catch me one of these times talking shit, and I'm going to go missing. And I just want everybody to come back to this video. If I ever go missing, you start with Kathleen Kennedy from all the shit talking I do.
She's definitely going to go after the head of a podcast that 3 people watch.
Yeah.
And it's the 3 people on the podcast.
We have 19 subscribers, and 5 of them are our close friends and significant others.
I was going to say, second person to start with, then go after Hunter. Kathleen Kennedy, then Hunter.
Oh, boy.
So if we get more than one season, what direction do you think they'd go in do you think like he could possibly seek out other Jedi and like recruit them to help him with some sort of task or something like that?
I think
I
this
know
is a
that's
solo
huge
thing.
speculation.
I think he's on his own here. I don't see that, but who knows?
I don't think they could drag it out long enough to where they could tie it into A New Hope.
No, definitely not.
But I mean, in a perfect world, it'd be cool to have 2 seasons worth of Vader and Kenobi going at it. But at what point do you say, like you just do the one big fight and you just leave it at that?
Yeah.
Like instead of having, it kind of takes away from it. Kind of like, when we were talking about possibly them bringing Kanan back, is Kanan dead? You bring Kanan back after, the emotional departure he had in Rebels. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Rebels yet. But you bring him back after what happened in Rebels. It kind of takes away from the emotion of, Rebels. So, I mean, 1 hour-long fight starting in a TIE fighter, ending on a planet somewhere, Kenobi and Vader going at it. Maybe he'll, during the battle, will catch a part of his mask and you'll see like, half Vader, half Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. Like in Rebels in the fight scene with him and Ahsoka. That was fucking cool. And I don't necessarily know if I want more than 1 season. Like, I want this to be the perfect TV show and end it the way it's supposed to be. Not like these TV shows that we've all watched for, some of them 10 plus years, where it's just how long are they going to continue to go this route? How long are they going to continue to beat this dead horse?
1 season. I think it'll just be 1 season.
Yeah, I'm not calling the current season that's coming up a dead horse. I don't want it to turn into something like that.
Nope, I get what you're saying. It will be 1 masterpiece, chef's kiss of a season.
Hopefully.
Yes, that's the hope.
Hopefully. If not, it's Star Wars content that
we never had before.
Watch.
Sure, we can get a couple memes out of it at least if we have.
Absolutely. And then, after that, Mando isn't that far off. Bad Batch season 2. I don't know if that's confirmed. I know I was talking in the last episode that it was going to happen in August, but now that I think about it, I haven't really seen a confirmation on that.
Google it real quick.
But
Bad Batch is getting another season as of last August.
Do they have a release date? Potential release date?
August 2022.
Okay. I was talking out of my ass and it worked in my favor for once.
Oh, wait. Now I'm reading this spring.
All right.
I'm going to just stop looking.
All right. I'm going to get Ian McGregor on the next one.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be sick.
I'm sure he doesn't have anything better to do.
Yeah. I'm going to get Conor McGregor, too.
Who the fuck is that guy?
If only.
But I suppose, gentlemen, you got anything else you want to add?
No,
I
kind of talked about what I was interested in.
There's not much, we can talk about with only getting 6 episodes, but
pre-speculation. Yeah.
I think we covered.
We could recap the show 3 episodes in, kind of see where we're at. When they start it, could come back to it.
Could flash back to this, and everything would be completely wrong. We just wasted 40 minutes of our life, but oh well. That's what we do. We're Star Wars fans. We look way too far into shit.
Yep. Have you guys heard or seen like any way off in left field conspiracy theories about where the show's going to go? I really haven't.
The only crazy one that I guess I read that kind of made me kind of like do a double take, like, I don't know, like, was just the whole mall thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, reading the the plot leaks from Reddit and seeing all the other like YouTube shows, kind of talk about what they know and basically talking about the same plot leaks that have come out with like what everybody kind of knows for sure, and then where they think the plot's going to go, and then you kind of throw Maul into the mix, and then it's just kind of like, God, that's a lot to pack into 6 episodes. Like, I don't know how they would do that. Is it possible? Absolutely, but will they do it? I don't know.
Do we know how long each episode is? Have they said?
No,
I'm hoping it's more than half an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be hour 15 maybe at the most. But
I mean, I hope that each of them are 45 to 50 minutes. But Boba came out was only 33 minutes, and then it's 45, and then it's back to 33, and then it's 50 minutes. Like,
I feel like there's more to tell here though than Boba. We need more.
I would assume. And plus, this is this will be one episode short of what Boba was, so you're gonna have to. I would assume that they would hour-long episodes.
Yeah, but we gotta have it. We need it.
Make it happen. If it doesn't, we riot and we start at Remy's place.
But yeah, the only real I was talking to you guys before we started, was the Duchess Satine. Someone said that they wanted to see her in there, and I don't really know how that's gonna work out because of what happened in Clone Wars. I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen Clone Wars, but if you haven't, let's get with the program here.
She's dead.
Could be flashbacks.
Scully, it could be flashbacks, but
I guess that would be another cool flashback to show like why I guess Kenobi is so kind of broken, his failed apprentice, and then basically the love of his life dying in his arms.
But there's got to be something to say about a guy who's so broken who never turned to the dark side too. So
exactly,
he's a man of faith.
Maybe he'll be
tempted.
Well, yeah. If Mace Windu ever does come back, is Mace going to be so pissed off at everything that happened with the Jedi, like with Anakin turning to the dark side and being betrayed by everybody? I don't want to say everybody, but all the shit that went down. Would he turn to the dark side?
What if the Emperor found Mace Windu like he found Vader and reconstructed him?
Well, you got 2 Vaders running around.
Damn. Darth Windu. It's got
Windu.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Would the lightsaber still be purple?
I mean, if Samuel Jackson's playing him, probably.
No.
He'd have a lightsaber like Maul. One would be purple, the other side would be red.
Depending on his mood that day.
Yeah, mood ring lightsaber.
It's always red because he's always pissed off.
What do you think the first dialogue will be between Kenobi and Vader?
Hello there. No.
Oh God.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think you'll get a lot of disbelief on Kenobi's face. A lot of disbelief that Anakin actually went that far.
I don't think he's going to know it's Anakin until we get a scene where like he slices his helmet and you see Anakin through there.
Yeah.
I think that's how they're going to do the first. I think there's going to be 2 battles. The first one, Kenobi's not going to know who it is. He's just going to think it's some Sith Lord or something like that. They're going to have a fight. He's going to slice his helmet open and he's going to be in like utter disbelief and shock and awe. And he's going to be beating Vader's ass. But him seeing Anakin is going to make him like run off or run away. And then they're going to meet up again later in the season. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah, because like in Rebels, even then, like Ahsoka didn't know that was Anakin until she sliced his helmet open, I believe, and then saw his eyes, or his eye. So that's a good point. Way better than mine.
Where does
Cody
Bad
would've-
Batch
Ooh,
fall
Cody.
in the timeline?
After it's like right after Order 66.
Like by a few years, or
No, like the first episode of Bad Batch is the order happens during the first episode of Bad
It's
Batch.
Okay.
an immediate
Okay.
sequel to Star Wars Clone Wars.
okay. I didn't know if there was a couple years, because I know I remember watching that episode. There's some episodes in Bad Batch where they're slowly trying to figure out a way to replace the clones with like outside mercenaries or guns for hire.
Yeah.
And Remy was just asking to see clones, and I'm like, well, maybe they've phased them all out by now, you know?
Well, you
Because they start kidnapping kids pretty much, right? They don't do the clones anymore.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like what does happen to Cody and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool to see.
It's just a lot to digest, a lot of different avenues that it could go with.
I'm excited. I
Yes.
haven't been this excited for a show probably since season 2 of Mando. Because I remember going into Mando not knowing what to think.
Right.
And then, you get done with that first episode and you just sit back and it's just like, holy fuck.
Yep.
And then I watched it again. And then I'm like, okay, it was real.
Yeah, I mean they started tying in characters you love in that first episode. What IG-88, like he was that
Yep.
very first episode. You see somebody, you're like, so they have intentions of justifying their wrongs. I think with all these TV shows and correcting mistakes. That's what makes me most happy with all these TV shows.
Yeah. And this all ties in that big long theory that guy was saying about how
Yeah.
they're slowly fixing the sequels, but they're kind of tying in everything together.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with your Grogu on the throne of Mandalore
Hey.
theory.
Hey,
It just
it
let
could
it happen.
It could fucking happen.
It's holding the dark.
The dark saber basically ruined everything. We're just living and breathing his origin story right now.
That would be something.
All right. Well, I guess on that note, since we always end up at that point, I guess you guys, anything else you want to add?
I think we did a pretty good job
I'm good.
covering everything.
Okay. Well, I know following this show over on Count Von Strange's channel, YouTube channel, they're doing, I want to say it was like a Pinhead movie watch through. I want to say it was fan made movie. Is that
Fan-maids, yeah, that's what I saw posted.
They'll be doing that tonight at 9 p.m. basically in 12 minutes. And then Saturday, two really close friends of ours, Mondo and the Goon, they're doing a show together on the Goons and Nerdy and Inked YouTube page. I think it's called Retro and Nerdy. But that'll be Saturday at 10 p.m. And then obviously the low grades, whenever they're on, you can go watch Robert trash some books, throw some stuff around. You can get to stare at Ross. Ross is always good to stare at.
Yep.
But and I guess, the Comic Book Fiend Club, they do have a YouTube channel as well. Do have enrollment coming up. I think that's about the only time that YouTube channel gets used. I guess James does do some stuff on there as well.
Yeah.
Dollar Bin Bandit does too. Maybe we'll do a stream on there one day. I don't know. Once we hit big time. We're still small fish.
Yeah, about 13 years.
All right. I guess anybody coming back watching this, I'll get it up on Spotify for everybody that likes to listen on the go. You guys, Ty, Dallas, thanks again for being in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy this.
Yes, it's fun.
Thanks everybody for coming back and watching it. And I guess we'll see you in the next episode.
Later, guys.
See ya.